Hello, everybody. Mr. back here, ready to roll into lesson two. I'm actually recording this on Saturday morning because word has been shared among teachers that if we could get you all the material sooner and give you more time to complete it, give you all a little bit more flexibility, that would make your lives comfortable. And that's really what we're here for. We're trying to make your lives as comfortable as possible. So I'm going to record this early and give you all some more time to complete it. Here we go. Rolling on to lesson two. We've talked about the nature of sin and categories of sin. We're going to transition into the seven capital sins, and then we're going to move on to happier topics. Okay, but the seven capital sins we are going to define here. Let me check. Don't forget for those of you that are getting this in time, research paper, first page is due Wednesday morning. And then page two next Wednesday. So you already have your homework for the next week. All right, so here we go. Capital sins. There's no Socrative for this lesson. I'm going to give you an ed puzzle to do like halfway through. So stay posted on the small assignment of the day. And we get from the catechism right here. Vices can be classified according to the virtues they oppose, or also be linked to the capital sins which Christian experience has distinguished. They are called capital because they engender other sins. Engender means encompass, include in other sins. Pride, avarice, envy, wrath, lust, gluttony, sloth, or lascivia. So what the capital sins are, I know you all have kind of played around with them a little bit in English class, I believe, with Coach Mason, some of y'all. But they are the seven beasts, if you will, seven demons, if you will. You want to use a scary term. There's seven causes of sin. Every sin out there, every sin we've talked about, and the 5 million others that we haven't talked about, that all goes back to one of these seven. The root cause. That's what makes it a capital sin. Definition given here on the slide. Capital sins are moral vices that give rise to other failures to love. They're the reason why we do this, you know. And you see them pictured here kind of as, scary gods of sorts. So, yeah, that's what they are. And you're going to see what they look like as we cover all seven of them. Number one is pride. Pride is defined as the unlimited appreciation for one's own worth, an excessively high opinion of oneself. You are the big cheese. You are what it's all about. When you have this attitude, it's pride. Pride's a failure to give God the glory for all of our goodness. Now, y'all have heard of this before. Oh, he's prideful. Got a lot of pride there. There's a good pride and the bad pride. You should be proud to be Catholic. You should be proud to be Christian. You should be proud to be Cajun. You should be proud to be American. However, pride, the capital sin, is actually when you have that pride, but you claim it for yourself. Okay? I'm proud to be American, but I know it's because God gave me the gift of being born in this country, you know? So I'm humble with that pride, as opposed to this capital sin is why I was just pride. I'm American, which means I'm just straight up better than everybody else because that's who I am, because I'm amazing. That's the sin of pride, as opposed to I'm really proud to be American. Like it's a good country. There's a humble pride. You get the difference? Okay. The sin of pride is the unlimited appreciation and the excessively high opinion. It's too much about me, not about God. Okay, there's millions of examples. Here's a couple of them. Parents who their kid has to be perfect. A lot of times it's because the parent is struggling with pride. Like, my kid can't fail because if my kid fails at anything, that looks bad on me. And I don't fail. I have figured out everything and I'm perfect. Well, calm down. Get over yourself, person. Crazy parent. Parents these days. Anyways, that's it. That could be an example of pride, perhaps. What's the next example I got? It is a reflection of their own greatness. Members of a group who consider themselves superior and above the rules. Football players kind of get poked back for this. Oh, I'm a football player. I don't have to do this, or I'm just the coolest kid on campus. Pride. You think whether it's because of your athletic ability or your how good looking you are, you think that you're above other people. That's the sin of pride, as opposed to somebody that says, "Yeah, I've been really gifted by God, and I owe Him a lot of credit. It's not me. I was just blessed with this." That's humility while owning the goodness that God gave you. So that's not pride. Okay, you see the difference? All right. This is a quote that really summarizes it a lot. See how pride and sin separate you from other people. So one of my favorite saints, Saint John Marie Vianney, said, "Pride makes us hate our equals because they're our equals. You don't like your fellow students because you're always competing with them. You're trying to get on top of them, so you don't like them. Are inferiors from the fear that they may be equal to us. You're so prideful that you don't like people below you because they're below you and you got to stay on top of them. And you don't like your superiors because they tell you what to do and you're above. People who break the rules, as we just said, like because they think they're above the rules, that's pride. That's a sign of pride. It's very common. I think guys struggle with this more than girls, but this is the capital sin of pride. Now, I invite you right now. You can do this later and you can keep watching this video, but I recommend you right now pause this lesson, go to Edpuzzle. I'm going to show you what it looks like right here at Edpuzzle. Bishop Robert Barron. I put a lot of questions on this. Now, Bishop Robert Barron is kind of like the Father Mike Schmitz for adults. Father Michael Schmitz speaks very much to youth. He's a youth conference speaker, and so hopefully you like his videos. But this one by Bishop Robert Barron is really deep, and he uses some big words. So I'm running a risk there, and my last question of this video is, did you like this video? Can you handle Bishop Robert Barron, or is he too much and too big for you? You got to let me know. What you do have to do is watch the entire video and answer all the questions. There's a really deep message in this video assigned on Edpuzzle, which is due by midnight for periods 1 and 2 on Tuesday and everybody else on Wednesday, of what pride looks like in relationship to social media and how pride really can be even be fostered with social media. It's very deep. I hope you can understand it. I broke down a lot of questions for you to follow it, and I think y'all can get it. But some deep insights there. Bishop Barron, leave your comments, and I'll know whether or not to stick with Father Mike Schmitz or go to Bishop Barron or whatnot. Maybe a little bit of both. All right, so that's pride. For every capital sin, I'm going to tell you the opposite virtue. So you might be struggling with pride right now. You might, yeah, I'm kind of full of myself. I kind of, you know, I expect everybody to like everything I put on social media. I really do think I'm the most beautiful person out there. Okay, you're going to pray to Mary. Big Marian feast day this week, the Annunciation. For humility, this is the opposing virtue. This is the opposite, in other words, of pride, and that's humility, giving God thanks for the gifts we have and giving Him His due glory, recognizing the truth. So, once again, humility is not, oh, I'm so lame, like the worst person ever, but you know what? At least I'm humble. No, I am amazing because God is amazing. And that's the truth. God made me wonderful. God gave me gifts, and God allows me to struggle with sins and imperfections. Being able to balance this reality and see yourself in communion with others, being able to genuinely be interested in other people, ask them sincere questions, and be present to them, look them in the eye. These are all signs of humility. This is a very important virtue. It's the root of all of the virtues, and it's found in people who can do small things. At Turtlings, we celebrate secret saints, and they're people that have some real level of humility, that they're going to do something very sacrificially, and it's largely secretive, right? They don't expect other people, they don't want people's attention, they don't want to be honored, but we honor them anyways. They're secret saints. They have humility. They're going to do the right thing when very few or perhaps nobody is looking. They have humility. It's not about them, it's just about loving others. Pride and humility. Number one, we're going to do one more capital sin today and then call it a day. Anger is intemperate. You recognize that word before we temperance is being able to control yourself and your desires. Anger is when you're just so filled with emotion that you just can't contain it. You want to go get revenge on somebody. Hostile, wrathful feelings toward other people. You just want to destroy, basically. We've all felt this. We all deal with it in different ways. When I was in high school, I would go down into my basement and I would I had a little screen set up and a baseball tee and my a baseball bat, and I would just whack balls as hard as I can into the screen. If I was angry, if I was upset, I would always exercise it in sports, and put it out, put my channel that emotion towards other things. I probably also committed sins of anger, but that's okay. Okay, so what does that say? Keep in mind, and this is something a lot of Catholics get wrong. Anger is not a sin. Being angry is not a sin. Jesus was angry. Jesus never sinned. Being angry is not a sin. But this anger causes irrational reactions. Okay, it causes us, that's what a capital sin is. It causes you to go do stupid things that you have to go to confession for. Oh, I was so angry that I took a sledgehammer to my boyfriend's car. Okay, that's a sin. Okay, I don't know what your boyfriend did, but like that's anger, and then you just like destroyed his car. Um, some of you girls right now, I can see, well, he deserved it, so it's not a sin. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, we're gonna get to forgiveness in a couple lessons. Just hold on. Time out, angry ladies. Anyways, guys commit sins of anger when we actually fight each other physically. We're more prone to that than women. Road rage, brawls, violent crimes, substance abuse. Some people, out of anger, just frustration, that's when that causes them to drink too much, to use too many drugs. Anger can be the cause of a lot of drug sins. And some people get so angry they just cut themselves off from reality. And don't get me wrong, I'm an introvert. Like when we get angry, we need to call a time out and slow down. But we can do that sometimes in wrong ways, in hurtful ways. And we got to be ready to talk out our problems and be ready to forgive. So that's the capital sin of anger. Okay, learning how to control that emotion and not let it make us do hurtful or irrational things. And the opposite, last slide of the day, is meekness. Meekness is standing in front of evil with true peace. Meek is being able to take a blow and turn the other cheek. Just move past it, you know. Kind of put something in your head, la 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 la. That's meekness. Just being able to roll with it. Jesus, of course, said, "Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth." Not the angry people who are trying to achieve and gather up all the land. Jesus says, if you're meek, I will give you the earth. You'll get a reward in the end. So pray for meekness. Um, if you can, to respond very peacefully and lovingly when we are more prone to get angry. We will tackle 3 more capital sins next lesson from Breaux Bridge, Louisiana, on behalf of Twin Catholic High School. This is Mr. John Paoletti. God bless.